All right, welcome you guys to another Agent Success interview. Today I've got a good friend of mine, Jaime. He is a internet marketing specialist. Jaime, thank you so much and welcome to the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Brandon.
Yeah, so why don't you start off really quick by helping the audience, which are real estate agents, understand exactly what you do to help them grow their business.
Absolutely. So I'm an online marketing strategy. So what that means is whether you choose an organic path, meaning free strategies, or a paid path, pay per click, I help real estate agents get more business. So if you're focused on working with investors, buyers, sellers, that's where I come in. And if you're looking for ways to optimize your budget, we strategize together on how to allocate that budget. Does it make more sense to do Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, so along those lines? And if we're a little bit more limited on budget, but have a little bit more time on our hands and more dedication to the organics, I shouldn't say slower, but generally it is a slower growth, then we pepper in some organic strategies as well. So we're blending the free side or the organic side with the paid side to optimize the results for agents.
I love it. I love it. So, the interesting thing is, in your space, what you do to help real estate agents, everybody wants to crack this code of internet marketing and how do I generate business on demand using these strategies. And so what I'd like to do today is kind of give the audience a high level understanding of the mistakes you see agents making, some strategies that you think are working really, really well right now. We'll kind of tell your story. You good with that?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. How long have you now been in the real estate industry?
In the real estate industry, so I have my license as well. So with my license, we're going to go over 3 years now. As
Awesome.
far as real estate investing, so familiarity with investing, 6 years. And online marketing, that's been 8 years now.
Awesome. Very, very cool. So let's start off with this. Let me ask you, what are you seeing? Because you work with a lot of real estate agents, helping them grow their online or grow their business through everything that you teach. What are some common mistakes that you're seeing real estate agents make? Because here's the deal. Agents right now are fighting this shiny object syndrome that they have, and especially what the world is going through right now, fighting this coronavirus.
Yeah.
I think a lot of agents are looking at their business plan to say, okay, how am I going to move forward in my business? And so what are some common mistakes that you see agents make when they try to generate business online?
Absolutely. So some common mistakes include, like you mentioned, the shiny object syndrome. So doing a little bit of Facebook ads, doing a little bit of Google ads and YouTube ads. So allocating a small amount here, small amount here, small amount here. So thinking that diversification is going to work for their business. Oftentimes it's not. And I know it's counterintuitive, especially if you're coming in from a financing background or have any semblance of finances and investing. But here you want to master one platform very well, whether you master it from a paid side or an organic side. Just get really, really good. If Instagram is your thing, double down on Instagram and continue optimizing that side of things, and then go and integrate some Facebook or integrate some Google ads or YouTube ads or any other type of advertising, whether it's paid or organic, but master one aspect first and then go into another platform. So that's one mistake, just being too scattered, if you will. But another mistake is once you're generating these leads, then it becomes I don't want to say a typical real estate agent, but most real estate agents don't do the follow-up needed to convert that lead. So you may be generating hundreds of leads every single month, but are getting frustrated when you're not able to convert with those leads, and you give up on whatever platform that you're using, going to another one, thinking that the leads are going to be better and higher quality, when it's not necessarily the leads, it's actually you not taking the initiative. And I fall into it as well. I'm not just saying real estate agents as well. As a reminder, I am a realtor, but just not doing the follow-up needed. And that's really across any marketing platform, whether it's direct mail, whether it's online marketing, whether it's referral, a sphere of influence, just across the board. So that's another mistake that I'm seeing. Those are primarily the two that I see right now.
Awesome. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, the first thing that you said, I want to unpack that a little bit, is because I see the same thing with what it is that I teach. I teach direct prospecting, and it doesn't matter. I think the biggest challenge that you and I both see with real estate agents is just scattered all over the place because of this scarcity mindset. They believe, Jaime, that if they focus on one thing and they niche down, that they're missing out on all this other stuff. And so what you're seeing, or what you're suggesting, is that when it comes to online marketing, just like anything else, focus and master one thing at a time. Is that right?
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. The second thing that you said that I, again, agree with so much, and that is leads right now are pretty easy to generate. That's not the problem. The problem is exactly what you just said, and that is lead conversion through follow-up, through systems, through skills. And that is, again, I think a big issue that real estate agents have. So makes a ton of sense. So what are you seeing right now? What platform are you seeing right now working the best for an agent to spend their time, money, resources, whether that be free, organic, or paid? And maybe they're different, but what are you seeing working in the marketplace now?
Absolutely. So when it comes to the opportunity, when I say opportunity, I categorize that as growth. Where do we see the biggest potential upside? So on that, from the organic and even the paid sense, so both sides of the coin, I see that with YouTube and YouTube ads. So whether you're going to be an online creator or a YouTuber, or you're going to pay YouTube ads, both I see the biggest upside on that platform, because as far as real estate agents go, there's just nobody doing it. Now, the organic side has gotten a little bit more, I'm not going to say mainstream by any stretch of the imagination. There's still a lot of opportunity there, but you don't have that many real estate agents really dominating the YouTube from the organic sense. Many of the larger YouTubers that have a real estate license, they went, I'm going to categorize more mainstream, and have made YouTube itself their business and have left the buyers and sellers behind, if you will. So I'm not going to mention those channels by name, but essentially that's what's happened. So there's this big void and the big opportunity where more and more people are coming onto YouTube, over 2 billion active users every single month. So there's a big opportunity there from an organic sense, and from a paid sense, very much the same thing. Every time I have a consult with a real estate agent, I challenge them a little bit and ask them, when's the last time that you saw an ad from a real estate agent looking for buyers or sellers? And they can't come up with an example. So I would categorize YouTube as the biggest opportunities right now.
I love it, man, because I am so excited about what you just said, because you just nailed it. It's funny, like I've grown my YouTube channel, right, for my training and coaching company. However, at the same time, YouTube, you couldn't have hit it more on the head. YouTube is wide open for real estate agents to generate buyer and seller leads on a local level, and agents are just completely missing it, because here's what we know is YouTube is a search engine, just like Google, right? And so what people are very used to is searching for homes online, the Zillows, the Googles, all that stuff. But what the real estate agent is missing, I think, is when somebody types that into Google, videos can also rank at the top, and most agents are missing it completely. Would you agree?
100%. There's just so much that goes into it. So again, going back to when I have consults with real estate agents, after we unpack that a little bit, and that's just from the paid side, we can go from the organic side and paid side on YouTube and make a career out of it in enough for forever. But something else that I like to illustrate is even if anybody doesn't categorize themselves as a YouTube viewer, well, let's go into some practical examples. What do you do when you need to change a car battery? What do you do when you need to do your connections to your washer and dryer? What do you do when you want to replace a window? What do you do when you want to find out what you should do to grow a better lawn. Like all of these examples, practical examples, and the default answer at this point is, well, I go to YouTube. So that's where you go to actually view it in video form. If you want to backtrack that and, will I Google it? Well, of course, to your point, it's a search engine tool. So your videos are going to show up as well. So there's a lot of synergies, and it makes sense. Google owns YouTube, of course, but you, even from the SEO standpoint, from a search perspective, if you're just searching on Google on how to do something, well, most people are going to gravitate towards the video because they're actually seeing it happen instead of reading a 5,000 word blog.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's awesome. So let's talk about, thank you for that, by the way. So what type of work do you do with real estate agents specifically?
Absolutely. So there's different ways that I work with real estate agents. One is through courses. So online courses, I know that there's quite a few courses out there, but I specifically focus on real estate leads. So working with real estate agents. So I have YouTube ads course, Facebook ads course, Google ads course, and teaching agents how to do lead generation on their own. Now, I also have the consulting side where it's a consulting where they speak directly with me. We do a webinar, very much what we're doing right here, and we go into their business and actually set up the accounts, actually set up, if we're going to do some advertising, then we go in there and actually set up the account so they can continue doing it that way. And most recently, I have introduced the done for you service model, which is where I actually do it for them, but do it for them in the sense of running the campaigns in their ad accounts. One of the big mistakes that is happening or has happened in the industry is the dependency on, let's just say Zillow as an example, where the moment that you stop cutting Zillow a check is the moment that you stop getting leads. Well, that's not how I want to work. I don't want to categorize myself as a mini Zillow where all of the advertisements are happening on my accounts and all of my accounts, my Facebook accounts, my YouTube accounts, or Google accounts. The lead generation is actually happening on their accounts. So we link up and I actually set up their back end so they start generating leads that way. And then every single week we have a debrief on what's working well, what's not working so well. And that's from the paid side. But beyond that, we do just, consulting online strategist, where we look at, all right, how much time, how much budget do you have available? This is my recommendation for you. And we work to implement that along the way.
I love it. I love it. So if an agent is watching this and they want to reach out to you, get more information, how you can help them grow their business with all the online strategies that you have that you're an expert at, because here's the deal, you're helping me too, right? So you're helping me grow and learn and do all these different things. So thank you for that. But what's the best way for someone to reach out and get more information?
The best way to actually would be to go to my YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com/Jaime Resendiz, JaimeResendiz. That is where I spend most of my time in the comments section, and on the banner, it has all of my contact information, my phone number, my email, my websites at this point. So that would be the best place, going over to YouTube, here on YouTube, and searching for my name, and you'll find me.
And I'll put a link to Jaime's YouTube channel in the description beneath this video so you guys can go check him out. Well, man, thank you so much. Any last words of advice for an agent that's looking to put their business online? I mean, any last pieces of advice to those guys or girls?
Give it some time. Give it some time. And I don't mean that in a passive way. I mean, whatever you decide to do, whether that's I'm going to go full scope, full everything on YouTube, give yourself some time to succeed or fail. Don't throw one video out there, 2 videos, 5 videos out there and categorize it as a win or a loss.
Wait, you mean
not gonna work.
You can't just put one out there, one ad out there, and become, the top agent, become rich? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
I thought so too. I thought the same thing.
It's funny, man, because so many agents, they reach out to me too, right? Like through learning my FSBO strategy, like, They think they're going to call, two FISBOs, list them both, make $20,000. I'm like, that's not how it works. It's going to take some time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Give yourself some time to win or some fail. It doesn't mean be passive. It just have a strategy. That's where we sit down and we have a strategy together, but give it some time to win or fail. Measure your results along the way. But at that point, you have some consistency in action. So not in action, but in action of what you've been designed to do, what you designed your strategy to do. Give it 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, a year, especially on this platform, and measure what's working and then adjust. Don't do one thing here, one thing over here, one thing over here, and then call everything a failure or this stuff doesn't work. It just isn't going to work that way.
Yeah, well, I'll leave the audience with this. I use this analogy all the time with my students, and that is, it would be like, and every time I say this, people like have this aha moment, like they get it. It would be like somebody walking into the gym one time, working out one time. Currently they're overweight. They go to the gym one time, they work out one time, expecting to see six-pack abs. I'm like, and they think that's just ridiculous. I'm like, well, that's as ridiculous as agents are being when it comes to lead generation. They want to try one thing for 1 week, and if it doesn't work, they're like, oh, that thing doesn't work. Well, how is that any different than working out? And the answer is it's not. It's the exact same process. So thank you so much for doing this interview. I really appreciate it. I will link your channel in the description. And if you guys want help, if you guys want to learn how to grow your business online, Jaime is your guy. Reach out. He can help you guys. He's helping us do the same thing in my business. So again, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Brandon.
Talk soon.